I watched many movies with Shah Rukh Khan.
Shah Rukh Khan is your favorite?
Yeah, was
Okay.
sometime. Yeah, he has a great way to cry. Yeah? So
Oh,
he's crying. That's for European. It's very unusual that the male role is crying. So I really like that, and
okay.
he's doing this with grace.
What tip would you like to give to PM Narendra Modi?
Hmm. Yeah, I think he dressed exactly how he feels, how he thinks he should go on like this. I
Okay.
think he's mirroring this how he is. I can see when I see how he's dressed. That's good. I think this whole romantic side of the Indian movies and all the dancing and all the, it always comes to good end kind of. That is not so much the way of German movies because they always want to be very serious and show you some problems or
Yeah.
something. And it's not so much about the light side of the life. Many people, they are not into chess, but by the Queen's Gambit, they start to find interest. And I heard that many more chess boards are sold now
I mean,
as
yes.
before. So.
The Queen's Gambit is being hailed as the best chess-related series to have ever graced the screen. And today we have with us the person who made the series and protagonist a lot sexier. So thank you so much, Gabriele, for joining us today, all the way from Germany. Is that where you are right now?
Yes, exactly. I'm in Berlin and I'm very happy to be in your show.
Yes, thank you so much, Gabriele, for taking time out to speak to us. The Queen's Gambit has had massive success. We've watched it, rewatched the show. And what sort of messages, reactions have you been receiving from your fans?
Oh, I have fantastic reactions from all over the world, people writing to me, and it makes me so happy to see how much they enjoyed it and how much they saw in it and how much it gives to them. So it's really wonderful. We didn't expect so much.
You didn't expect so much?
No, I didn't expect that the people really react so strong. We loved what we do, but the reaction is really overwhelming.
So, why everybody could relate to the show was because of the story, the screenplay. But apart from that, also because of the, this ease with which you had connected the clothes with the story. And I'm sure, this entire journey must have had, some struggles, some challenges. It must have not been as easy as it seems. Why don't you tell us something about that?
Actually, it was not so difficult how you think now because we had a really brilliant script. We had a fantastic director. And everybody was every day in really good mood and really 100% there. So it was one of the best working experience for all of us because we all wanted the same thing. We didn't have too much worry about anything. So it was, like a ping pong. Everybody gave something and all the time something came back.
Right.
It was wonderful to work on it.
Okay. And Czech prints, dominate majority of the scenes of the web series, The Queen's Gambit. Was it intentional, to have that thought throughout the series? Because, obviously the intention was to mirror the nuances of the game. So was that intentional?
Yeah, absolutely. Everything was intentional because, if you play chess, I think you don't think so much about flourish pattern or something like this. You are a very straight person, so you think more about plain colors or something, what is more mathematical. So more mathematical is something checked.
Right.
And we didn't do it extremely obvious, but I thought if you play chess, you would like this kind of pattern most.
Which is true. Which creation from the show would you refer to as the real power move of Gabriele?
Uh, you know, somehow because we invented it all, there is not so many things what we don't like. So I like it also. Maybe one of my most favorite dresses is the red dress from Paris, where she comes in the bar and later on we see her in the bathtub. That's a wonderful dress, I think. And I'm also very, very happy about the last scene and where she is the White Queen. I think this makes a wonderful end for her. And, this show that her future will be something positive.
Yes, yes. So, the Queen's dress, I think it sort of, just highlighted the confidence, that she had, after she had won.
Yeah.
And I think that was, in fact, the thought, because, when we see her, it's almost, like a piece from the chessboard.
Yeah.
She's the Queen. So, how did you sort of, think about that? Was that your vision? Was that, again, when you sat with the director and you thought that this is how we're going to be ending it?
Yeah, that was actually my vision. When I saw the location, I had the feeling that there's also much black and white squares around, like the windows or where she's passing by. So I thought, oh, now she's walking on a chessboard, or maybe she's going inside a chessboard. So she must be in like some chess piece, and of course she must be the White Queen.
Yes.
So that was the idea. I didn't want to make it extremely obvious, and in the beginning not so many people realized it and thought maybe yes, maybe no. But now everybody talking about it, and now it's clear.
Yes.
That was the idea.
Yes, but did you also have options for the final scene of the web series, or was this the only dress that you had picked as the final dress?
Yeah, we developed some ideas, and I present the ideas and talk with the director. And if he says, I love it, it's great, then he loves it, it's great. So I didn't have other options. We worked this out. And on Anya, anyway, she is so graceful, everything comes out beautiful.
Now, the story is set in a particular era, and the dresses are also reflective, of that particular period. So, were there any inspirations that you had drawn from the designers of that particular era to sort of, have authenticity when it came to the ensembles that you had selected?
Most of this, what you see on Best Harmon, this means on Anya, we did it in our tailor workshop, but we have orientation on the designers of this time, and our favorite designers for her of this time, because they were most modern and most straight. For her later period are Pierre Cardin and Courrèges. And so we had some Courrèges copies and something what could have come from Courrèges in this way, like the t-shirts, for example. And also one or two original Courrèges dresses. But mostly you have to make everything, because you never find exactly the color and exactly the perfect size, how you imagine it should be. So for this reason, you make it all for the main actress.
Now, your vision has also been included in the Brooklyn Museum. That's like huge. Yeah. I mean, that association.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Why don't you tell us something about that? The experience. What are you expecting from that, and how it's going to be very instrumental in the process?
I think it was absolutely honored to be exposed together with the Crown, because I adore the costumes from the Crown. Yeah. And I think it's a good idea to have two different queens, our chess queen and the English queen, together. And the costumes are, of course, extremely different, but it works well together. And it's fantastic that it's virtual, because you can see it everywhere at home, all over the world. And not only if you live in New York or if you have the possibility to travel to New York, what's unfortunately not possible now.
Right,
So I
right.
think it's a really great thing.
Are you aware of Indian film industry? I'm so happy to hear that from you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I travel sometimes to India, and then I used to watch some Indian movies. So
Which
yeah,
is
I'm aware, of course.
and which are these movies? Why didn't you tell us? So which have been your favorites?
I watched many movies with Shah Rukh Khan.
Shah Rukh Khan is your favorite.
Yeah, was
Okay.
sometime. Yeah, he has a great way to cry. Yeah? So
Oh,
maybe he's crying. That's for European. It's very unusual that the male role is crying. So I really like that, and
okay.
he's doing this with grace.
How would you sort of, rate Shah Rukh Khan on the scale of 5 when it comes to his fashion choices?
You mean in the movie the costumes, or you mean
Generally.
his private choices?
Yes, yeah, like in from whatever you've seen, whether it's movies or whether it's private life, whatever pictures that you've seen, how would you rate him on the scale of 5 when it comes to fashion choices?
Yeah, quite high. Yeah, yeah, I like how he's dressed.
Hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
And any tip that you would like to give him?
Go on and stay as you are.
Indian movies are high on emotion, song, dance, story, all of that. Was there any other Indian project that sort of, did strike a chord with you and that sort of, took you by surprise that, hey, this is something, that Germany would never, endorse as an idea?
Yeah, I think this whole romantic side of the Indian movies and all the dancing and all the, it always comes to good end kind of, that is not so much the way of German movies because they always want to be very serious and show you some problems or
Yeah.
something. And it's not so much about the light side of the life. It's another concept.
Okay. So, any Indian movie that you really liked and you think, that German directors should actually take inspiration from and, maybe also churn out that movie for German movie buffs? Any Indian movie that should be remade?
Actually, sorry, I don't know the title now, but it was something about playing cricket.
Okay, that was Lagan. Amir Khan?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That one, I think it's like 10 years before something.
Yes, that was like long time back. Yes.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Sense of humor is something that we never get to see of Anya in the web series. Like, is she one of those, who's like cracking jokes on the sets, who's sort of, having this happy vibe on the set so that, everybody's like, in the right mood to shoot? Is she one of those actors?
I like her because she's a person with really great humor. Because she's very curious to try whatever. She's very curious for new things, and she is always giving 100% in every situation. And she's really strong because, to play this main role, you are every day there on camera and you have never a day off. So, and she always gives you a smile and she's always in good mood. And because she concentrates on the role, of course. But I think she had the kind of a humor with Benny, for example. There was always some dialogues, they were full with humor. And with Alma, she was a little bit sarcastical in her humor, but there was always something shining through, but it was not a bang humor.
We would just want you to sort of, since chess and the politics are usually the two domains where a lot of people draw parallels in. You've done the costume designing for Beth, who plays this huge chess player in the Queen's Gambit. We would want you also to give some fashion tips to the world leaders, and so that they can also up the glam quotient a bit. What tip would you like to give to PM Narendra Modi?
Yeah, I think he dressed exactly how he feels, how he thinks he should go on like this. I
Okay.
think he's mirroring this, how he is. I can see when I see how he's dressed, that's good.
Right. And Donald Trump?
Maybe a bit shorter tie.
Okay. Okay. Joe Biden?
Stay classic, yeah, he should stay like this.
Kamala Harris?
She is beautifully dressed. She knows exactly what she's doing style-wise, and she doesn't make any fault. She's perfect.
Perfect. Right,
Styles.
right. Mr. Putin?
Yeah, I think he shows his power, and he shows his power how he dresses. Yeah.
Xi Jinping?
Yeah, I think all politicians, they should stay classical as they are.
Who's that
I
one?
think they can't change the world with your style.
And is there any political leader that you look at and you say that, yes, he is absolutely perfect, just the way you said for Kamala Harris? Is there any other political leader?
She's Obama was always beautifully dressed, and I don't know. I think most leaders, they are quite discreet dressed, and they have nice tailoring, and that's enough for this
Boris
situation.
Johnson, Emmanuel Macron, anything for them?
Boris Johnson, he's fun. Yeah, I like how he's dressed. Yeah.
Yes. Kanye West.
Fashion forward.
Okay. Mariah Carey.
Yeah, maybe a bit too much.
Angelina Jolie.
Just perfectly on the point.
Jennifer Aniston.
Really nice and classical.
Okay. Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah, sexy. Sex bomb.
Scarlett Johansson.
Just beautiful and free.
Emma Stone.
Love her.
Emma Corrin.
Yes, she can be the new queen.
And Anya.
I love her, I love her, I love her, everything about her.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much for joining us today and for sharing your thoughts, for talking about the Queen's Gambit.
Yeah, it was my pleasure. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
having me.